There was, who sings that song? But I saw it last night and all it said was, who are the Patriots playing this week? And she's singing, she's like, no one, no one, no one. Yeah. Because the Patriots lost. Welcome back to another episode of The Expert Take, where we talk all that is the NFL, but mainly the remaining Green Bay Packers
and the winning Minnesota Vikings. Nobody thought we could do it. Boom! Super Bowl or bust.
This is your speed, 15 seconds. How do you feel? Go.
Oh my gosh, I love it so much. You can go back and watch last week, see how I feel about the Saints. I could not be more thrilled inside because I hate the Saints. It will never not be fun to watch them lose and cry and be dejected, and I'm so glad you lost and you're done and you go home and I hate you.
Okay.
It feels so good. Like, it just, ever since 2009, I obviously don't like the Packers, but like the Saints are right up there. They are neck and neck. And so every time I see the Saints lose, it's especially fun, like this year and 2 years ago, but even last year. I just love seeing them lose because it's what cheaters deserve.
They're your non-divisional rival, your non-divisional foe.
Yeah.
We all have that team who's not in our division, but it's always a rival when we play them. Mainly because of something that happened in the past that we all hate.
Hashtag 2009, never forget. They brought a curse on themselves by cheating their way to the Super Bowl. And I hope the curse never leaves.
Yeah.
That's just it.
The Vikings live to see another week.
There was one image that came up towards the end of the game on the TV broadcast, and I found the perfect song. Just want you to listen to it.
And there are tears from the saints.
Oh, good.
I might go get a tattoo.
All the Fox football morning people, I was telling you about this. They literally, some of them had the Eagles beating the Seahawks, but not a single one of them had the Vikings beating the Saints. And most of them were like, I'll take the Saints by 17 or more points. And then after the game, when it came back to them, you know, a lot of people doubted the Vikings in this game. I'm like, including you. You doubted them too. Everybody did.
All thought we were going to lose.
Don't backpedal now.
Didn't. Kirk Cousins now has more playoff wins this decade than Tom Brady and Drew Brees.
Oh my gosh.
Boom! The Vikings fumbled on their opening drive.
They did.
They did. The last three teams to lose a fumble on the opening drive of a playoff game, the Eagles, the Seahawks, and the Ravens, all went on to win the Super Bowl that year. Oh my gosh! Yes! This is the year!
So I gotta say, I cheered for the Vikings against the Saints because we've talked about it many, many times. We want to see, or at least I do, the Vikings and the Packers in an NFC championship game. Snap. And we are each one win away from making that happen.
One win to get to that point, and what a game that will be.
That's it. I mean, you people, I don't know if you understand. One more game, if the Vikings win one game and the Packers win one game, we will literally play each other to go to the Super Bowl.
Oh my gosh.
What? If it finishes the way we think, that means literally the two best teams in the NFC conference would be our two teams. And one of them has to end the other season. And it just happens to be for a trip to the Super Bowl. Oh my gosh. Packers got to take care of the Seahawks.
Packers-Seahawks playoffs. Nightmares.
You want to talk about non-divisional rivals and foes.
That's your team.
You have the Saints. The Packers have the Seahawks.
That's your team.
Oh my gosh.
So is there ever any scenario where you want to see the Seahawks win?
Not really.
Do you hate the Seahawks? Like, does the sight of Pete Carroll make you want to punch his ugly face in?
Not as much as the sight of Sean Payton does for you. The Seahawks didn't cheat, okay? The reason the Seahawks back in 2014 beat the Packers in the NFC Championship game is because of self-destruction. The Packers,
in about 2 minutes.
The Packers fell apart in the last 4 minutes of that game. So maybe not Pete Carroll, but you know whose face I do look at, and it makes me very frustrated? Brandon Bostic, okay? You should have listened to Jordy Nelson on the onside kick. Don't try and go up and get the ball, man. Your hands were like like out here, you literally just like swan dove up and let the ball hit you in the face.
Catch it with your neck.
Yeah, I'm going to catch it with my face mask. Oh, Brandon. Brandon Bostic is one that bothers me. The Packers self-destructed in that game, but I solely blame him for that loss. I really do. As much as other people are thinking that the 49ers might steamroll the Vikings, I still think that's going to be a good game because the Vikings proved that they can play with the big dogs because they shut everybody up by knocking off the Saints.
Boom. You know what's great about this game going into the 49ers? There is no pressure on the Vikings. There's no pressure. They were supposed to lose last week and didn't. The 49ers are the number 1 seed, have to prove that they deserve to be, like, all
that is true.
of the pressure is on them. We're not even supposed to be here, according to national media. We're not even supposed to be here. And so, like, we can go into this game. Teams have proven this year that the 49ers can be beaten.
Yep.
And the Vikings are a solid team. Atlanta!
The Falcons beat them.
They suck!
I told you I cheered for the Vikings last week. Okay? I will cheer for the Vikings one more week because I want to see our game. I will be a Vikings fan for 2 weeks in the playoffs. And Vikings, if you can win this week, which I hope you do, the love ends. No more love!
What if the Packers lose?
We will talk about that scenario when we get there. Hopefully we don't get there. If the Vikings win, they play on Saturday. Okay? They play the first game of the weekend. The Packers play the late game on Sunday.
Yep.
All right. If we watch a Vikings victory over the 1 seed, are you going to be cheering for the Packers on Sunday? Do you want this matchup as much as I do? Or are you afraid? Do you not want to see the Vikings go to Lambeau Field in an NFC Championship game?
I would love to see that happen, but I don't think I can bring myself to cheer for the Packers.
So you would be actively cheering for the Seahawks? Or would you kind of just shut it off and say, whoever we play, we play?
It is what it is.
It is what it is. So you don't have a preference?
I'm not going to be actively rooting for anybody except the Vikings this weekend.
This is the 1 week pretty much out of my entire life that
everything's on the line.
That I am actively a strong Vikings fan.
We're 1 win away.
1 win.
I can't even like.
That's all this show is this week.
I can't even
is
go
us
there.
Just
like
contemplating the fact that this could happen.
The devastation after that game.
We have high hopes for this, or at least I have high hopes for this. But we each have a big hurdle that we got to get over this weekend.
Yes.
So, we'll take it 1 week at a time. Hopefully we can come back next week preparing for literally an epic showdown.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
That's all we really need to talk about. Who cares about the AFC? The Patriots are out. That's it. That's all anybody cared about. They're done. We're staying focused on the Packers and Vikings. That is literally what this expert take is about. So hopefully we're going to have another week where we can both seasons are alive.
Oh my gosh.
If we both walk out of this weekend alive, there's only
the next 2 weeks are going to be intense.
There's only one more week on this show where both of our teams are active. That's it. One of them's going home and one of them's going to the Super Bowl. If we walk out of this weekend.
I can't take the pressure. It's too much. We're not even there yet.
Let us know what you think. Vikings fans, would you rather watch the Vikings play the Packers in an NFC Championship game or the Seahawks? And Packer fans, how sweet would it be to send the Vikings home for a trip to the Super Bowl? Leave us a like, comment, subscribe, and I really hope we are back next week.
Me too.
Preparing for literally the most epic game that either one of us will watch. Go Pack, go.
To the Super Bowl.
You know what? This week, go Vikings as well.
Yes! Yes!
There are tears